What's up, YouTube? Hold on. I'm not really focused on the aesthetics around me. I'm in my room. It doesn't get any more personal than that, I think. Okay, what a day. So, most of the things that I talk about on this channel have a lot to do with depression, bipolar disorder, drinking, trying to build yourself up in the times that you just feel like you want to just say, forget all this. But I think for me, I have to understand that every video that I make cannot always be, oh, I'm feeling good today, and you can too, because no, that's not true. There are going to be some days, like today, for me, that you're not feeling your best, and you know in your head that, you know, you have this desire to keep pushing, but then there's this other part of you that's just like, why? Why bother? Why try? I really can't say specifically if this is something that just is unique to me and my personality, because I'm pretty sure other persons who suffer with any type of mental health, bipolar, whatever, have their moods, and they have certain little twings and twicks about them that make them them. For me, I am one of those people who I hold on to things for a long time. I will hold on to something for years. I will stew over it, marinate on it, think about it, reenact different scenarios, what I shoulda, coulda, woulda said. I have that bad. Anybody who knows me knows this to be true. And it doesn't get better if I've been drinking. And I think because I'm so uncomfortable on the medication, because it just, you know, with bipolar medication or I can't say any medication because I've taken some, but I haven't taken them all. But what it does is it just puts you in one mood. And you're in that mood. You don't feel anything. You feel, but you're just so out of it. You can't react or respond as if a person who is showing emotion or talking can. And I don't think that works well with my personality. It really makes it a challenge for me to be myself or to feel comfortable in my skin. So I come off very aggressive if I've been drinking, because I use alcohol to keep me feeling normal, even though it's not normal. Because how I'm feeling, to me, like if I'm manic, feels good. It feels great. You know, it's a great feeling. But to everyone else around me, I'm tripping. You know, I'm too excited. I'm too happy. And I feel like if I drink, that just helps me level out. But in reality, it's not helping me level out at all. And that's the part of everything that I have to recognize and realize about me and my personality, and what it's gonna take to get me back to a state of normalcy. I don't know. I just recently had my physical, and I was talking to my doctor about Latuda, and I was telling her that I think I should go back on it because obviously alcohol doesn't work, you know. And I don't want to remain dependent on alcohol to make me do or feel what the medication is designed to make me feel. Granted, they're both bad for your body over time, but I feel like it would be less of an issue if it were medication versus the alcohol. But all in all, to say that I recently lost my job, right? And it's like, it's bittersweet because of some of the people that I worked with I real genuinely miss. But it was kind of freeing because as soon as I left the building, I started deleting numbers out of my phone. Delete, 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 delete. Because they're people that I have no intentions of ever talking to again. Let's just keep it real. We're not friends outside of work. And what you've shown me on the job is very two-faced. And I'm not gonna drop names or anything, but It's like this. I truly, genuinely don't believe in saying sorry if you're not. Because what's the point? I think that's very dismissive and humiliating to do. To just say, oh yeah, I'm sorry, but you're really not. So it's like, you might as well just keep it. Who does it benefit? Forgiveness benefits the person who was hurt, and apologizing benefits the one who's apologizing. So if you're apologizing and you absolutely don't mean it, you're not doing anything for anybody, right? So with that being said, there was two people at my job who you really don't ever have to say anything to me. And that's not to be rude or anything. It's just, eventually people are going to show you where you lie with them. That's just human nature. And I have a hard time with that, because I genuinely take a liking to people, and that usually bites me in the butt most of the time. I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out like what it is about me and my personality that just makes people treat me a certain way, and usually it's disrespectful. And I've hated myself so many years of my life for that, because I could never figure out what exactly am I doing or saying or just existing as to make people think that it's okay to just disrespect me, talk to me any kind of way, backstab me, not show any real loyalty, not be genuine. What is it about me? But I realized that there are actually people, and this is whether you believe this or not, this is just what I'm starting to realize for myself. I think, this is my opinion, I think that there are certain people who get energy, some type of weird energy, from hurting or affecting the lives of others. I really truly believe that. There's this chick on YouTube who's like a sociopath or psychopath or whatever she is, and she explains to people just how her mind works and how she's always lived and how things, go, how she treats people, how she gets over on people, how she manipulates people. And it's like every time she's telling this story, there's like this twinkle in her eye, like it's giving her some type of weird gratification. And I guess it's like eat or be eaten type of mentality. It's something that I just was not born with. So therefore, I'm probably going to get eaten up every single time. You got personalities like Andrew Tate or who's that other alpha dude? He like lost all that weight and now he's like Groggins or something, whatever his name is. They have like such a profound male alpha. I don't even want to say it's male, because alpha can, it doesn't necessarily pertain to a man, but they have such an alpha type of personality. But even when you hear them talk about what led them to being this way, it's because they got to a point in their lives where like, look, I'm tired of getting crushed, tired of getting stepped on, so I'm going to step on you before you can step on me. And in essence, that's just another word for survival mode. Has it benefited them? Absolutely. Both of them, I think, are very successful people, because like I said, I don't think it's regardless of your gender. I think there are women who portray alpha type of characteristics. But as a woman, which I am, and no, I'm not going to say that's what I identify as. I am a woman, period. But we're not going to get into that. As a woman, I feel like as much as I try to be vulnerable, there is a part of me who's had to shell off a lot of my personality, because I've had boyfriends who used to hit me and talk down to me. I have been sexually assaulted in my life. I've had these things happen to me to where I don't care who you are, it's going to force you to, in a way, go into self-preservation mode. You're just going to do it. So as a woman who's always kind of been insecure because I have big hands and I have big feet, and I just never was like one of the pretty petite girls in school, and because my teeth were crooked and the boys used to make fun of me or whatever the situation may be. I didn't have long hair. I wasn't like a it girl. I wasn't popular. I I guess, what the girls have. You know, I was made fun of constantly. But to be an adult woman and to try to be vulnerable and to try to be feminine is, you know, which is something that should just come natural to a woman. A woman should be soft. A woman should be feminine. But not all women have that dense femininity. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but for a man to tell you that you are masculine, I gotta be honest, the first time I heard it, I was taken back. I was like, wow. Because I've never considered myself masculine. Hard, maybe, sometimes. But I think that I've always been a woman. I think I've always carried myself as a woman. I've never tried to be a man. I've never tried to, you know, get depressed and shave all my hair off and say, hey, now I'm a stud. You know, I've never had those intentions or those desires to do. So to be called masculine, and as you can see, I get my hair and my nails done, that was like, ooh. What do you do with that? What do you... So Brene Brown talks about being vulnerable a lot. She talks about the power of vulnerability, putting yourself out there. Well, what I'm saying is that for a person like me, who holds on to pain, who holds on to disrespect, who holds on to just needing to know why. Why would you talk to me like this? Why would you treat me like this? Why? Vulnerability doesn't seem to be the answer for me, because it makes me destroy myself. Vulnerability forces me to destroy me. And all I want to do is be well-rounded. I want to be well-rounded when it comes to having issues with people. I want to be well-rounded for, you know, the way I think or talk or how I interact with other people. For my supervisor to basically call me stupid, but then not speaking to him directly, I turned my head because I was so upset. I don't know if y'all do this, but you kind of say things out loud that you didn't mean to say, but ultimately that's what cost me my job. So they didn't like what I said in response to what he said. And for that reason, because I don't even know how to put this. It's almost like I'm not sure if bipolar is a part of my personality or if it's just this thing on top of my already dysfunctional personality. And I call it dysfunctional because it's never functioned properly enough for me to have any type of relationship to last long enough to actually matter. That's a lot to say. I'm trying to explain it to you as best as I know how. I've never went into any relationship saying, hey, I'm bipolar, I go through this, I go through that. Because the only difference is the super levels of depression versus the super levels of mania. And at some point, a person still has to be a person. You know, I don't think being bipolar defines a personality, but I do think that they play off of each other. And I'm starting to understand that everyone doesn't deserve to know me. Everyone doesn't deserve to know my secret, know my story, understand me. And that kind of sounds a bit weird because I'm up here making a video for people to watch, but I'm just starting to realize that those who I bring in close to me, excuse me, they don't deserve to be that close to me. And I was feeling bad before I made this video because I had talked to a lady in the HR department at the job that I just got fired, you know, and she was like, oh, well, the decision came because both managers said you said this, and this. Okay, that's fine. But, and I told her, I said, you know what, that's not what I said, but okay, whatever. That's what y'all want to do. It's fine. And who knows? Let me keep it 100. Maybe I did say that. Maybe I didn't think I said what I did say. Could be, because it happened to me before. And I have people come back and say, oh, you said this, this, and this. And I'm like, when? When did I say that? And then in my head, I'm thinking, well, dang, was I drunk, or was I drinking, or was I this, that, and the other? And it's like, sometimes it's like, no, you weren't. It's just that somebody may have taken something you said out of context. Or, you know, perfect example, like back in the day when I was a kid, I used to be really blunt. I mean, it was so bad that I had adults tell my mom they had an issue with me, you know? So I think I'm trying to find the balance between my personality and my mental status. And that is not always easy. But you know what? This morning, I got up and I was conscientious about what I put in my body. I even worked out, and it felt really, really good. And then I got on Indeed and I said, you know what? I'm going to find me another job because I just got it. I can't be broke. And that made me feel good. What made me feel bad is when I went and called this lady from HR from my last job to ask her, like, basically, how did I get reprimanded and he didn't? Like, but you know what? You have to remember, in these jobs, you got people who protect people, not because they like them, but because they don't want the ripple effect to come near them. So they're going to chip off the weakest link. And if you're the weakest link, you just got to go. And you know what? That's just how it is when you work for other people. That's why I don't encourage anybody to work for anybody. Work for yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do. You know, that's what I'm trying to get to. But if I don't get a grip on my mental status, and I think I said everything I said today to say that, if you don't figure out a way to get a grip on your mental status, God help you. Because if you have to channel the personality, a piece of personality from this strong person, that strong person, this level-headed person, this quiet person, by all means do that. And I think it just comes down to training yourself. We all have to reprogram and train ourselves, especially when we decide to make a choice. If you decide you're going to lose weight, you have to reprogram the way you think. It all starts with your mind. And for a person like me, where the problem is already in my mind, it's like, where do you begin? Where do you start? How do you keep up with that? And I think I and you, if this is also something you struggle with, you have to just get to a point where you pretty much just say, forget everything. Forget it all. I'm going to pull all these bricks down, and then I'm going to rebuild myself. I'm going to rebuild myself one day at a time. I'm going to rebuild myself. If I can go to bed every day feeling accomplished, that's rebranding. So it's not, I don't even think I really make these videos for other people per se. I think I just make them because I feel like if I don't give myself a platform to discuss whatever it is that I'm thinking or how I'm feeling, I'm gonna end up RIP or something. Like, seriously, it's that scary. Like, you can't allow your mind to get that low, because we've seen it. You know, we've all seen it. We've seen people get that low, and that's just somewhere I think I just refuse to go. I refuse to get that low. So with that being said, normally I have like a book or something that I've been doing, and honestly I've just been working so many hours. The only thing that I can tell you that I have been doing, well, starting today really, is I decided to let go. So I really do hope that you guys are able to let go too, and understand that every day that your eyes wake up is a new day to get it right. You don't have to keep reliving something in your head, because for what? It's over. It's done. You can't change it. If you've done something that you're truly sorry for, make amends. But if you can justifiably say why you're not sorry and why this is what it is, then let it go. There's no need to try to say, oh, well, I'm better than that person, or I'm better than this situation. Maybe, maybe not. But it's not going to stand you any purpose of dwelling on it any longer than you have to, because that's what it means to be an adult. That's the freedom I think kids always say they want. They just never knew. They want the freedom to make decisions, to take control, to be at the head or the alpha at their own table. I think that's for a girl or a boy. And when you give other people your power, it's like slavery all over again. And we ain't gonna talk about that. But that was my video for today. And honestly, I can't even tell you when I'm gonna upload again. I don't know. But I will. I just have to reprogram. I don't know how better to say that, but all right, you guys take care.